Welcome back to the deep dive.
Mm-hmm.
This time we're going to be tackling the Spanish Super Cup semifinal between Athletic Bilbao and Barcelona.
Oh, this should be good.
Yeah. You sent us a ton of articles to look at.
I did.
Everything from predicted lineups to the financial turmoil swirling around Barcelona.
Right.
It's fascinating how much is going on behind the scenes for this match.
Yeah.
And how it could impact what happens on the field. It's not just about who scores more goals.
Right.
It's about Barcelona trying to prove they can still compete amidst all this financial drama.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, the articles you sent paint a pretty stark picture of their situation.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just a tough time with the salary cap.
No, it's not.
It's way more serious than that.
Absolutely. You've got to remember, La Liga's salary cap is designed to level the playing field.
Right.
You know, prevent teams from outspending everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
But Barcelona, well, they overspent last season, and now they're reportedly $50 million over the cap.
Yeah.
Wow. That's why they couldn't register Dani Olmo and Pau Victor, right, despite appealing the decision.
Yeah, and from what I'm reading, even current players like Rafinha are worried this whole situation could scare off future signings.
Yeah.
That's not exactly a vote of confidence.
No, it's not.
It's a tough spot for head coach Hansi Flick to be in.
Oh, yeah?
He's trying to keep everyone focused on the match itself. But that's got to be hard with all these distractions.
It's got to be.
Especially when you've got a team like Athletic Bilbao breathing down your neck.
Right.
They're in fantastic form right now, fourth in La Liga, and unbeaten in their last 15 matches.
Oh, wow.
Across all competitions. They must be feeling pretty confident.
Their coach, Ernesto Valverde, seems to be striking the right balance between excitement and focus. He knows this is a huge opportunity for Bilbao.
Yeah.
And from the articles you provided, it sounds like he's got his team believing they can pull off an upset.
Okay, so we've got Barcelona battling financial woes and a hungry Bilbao squad looking to capitalize on any weakness. But historically, how do these teams match up? I mean, it's Barcelona, right? They usually dominate.
You're right.
Yeah.
Historically, Barcelona has a strong record against Bilbao.
Okay.
Winning 44 out of their last 69 matches.
Okay.
But here's where it gets interesting.
Oh, really?
Bilbao has been holding their own recently. Going unbeaten in 3 of their last 5 encounters with Barcelona.
Ah, so it's not as clear-cut as it might seem.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This Bilbao squad isn't just happy to be there.
Right.
They're coming to win.
Wow.
They're not intimidated by Barcelona's reputation.
All right, let's get into the specifics a bit.
Okay.
We've got these articles breaking down the predicted lineups and potential injuries. What are the key takeaways there? Anything that really jumps out at you?
Yeah. Well, the first thing that's impossible to ignore is Barcelona's injury list.
Oh, no.
They're missing some serious firepower.
That sounds like a real headache for Barcelona.
It is.
How are they navigating this situation based on the articles?
Well, it looks like they're going to have to rely on some younger, less experienced players to fill the gaps.
Okay.
And while that can be exciting to see new talent emerge, it also adds another layer of uncertainty to their performance.
That injury list is concerning, though, even with Lamine Yamal back from injury.
Right.
Do you think Barcelona has enough depth to handle Bilbao's intensity?
That's a great question, and it's one a lot of analysts are asking.
Okay.
We'll dive into the specifics of those potential weaknesses a little later.
Yeah.
But let's just say Bilbao will be looking to exploit any vulnerability they can find.
So you've got a Barcelona team dealing with financial turmoil, a lengthy injury list, and a very determined opponent in Bilbao. This is shaping up to be a much more intriguing match than just your average Super Cup semifinal.
Absolutely. This is a story about more than just goals and tactics. It's about resilience, ambition, and the power of a team to overcome adversity.
Okay, so we've set the stage.
Right.
A Barcelona team facing off-field chaos against a red-hot Bilbao squad.
I like it.
Now let's get tactical.
Okay.
What kind of match can we expect? What are the predicted lineups? And what should we be watching for? We'll get into all that after a quick break.
Sounds good.
All right, we're back and ready to dig into the tactical side of this match. We've got Barcelona's potential weaknesses and Bilbao's impressive form on our minds. So let's talk lineups. What are we seeing in those predicted starting 11s?
Well, speaking of those predicted lineups, you'll notice some choices that reflect the challenges both teams are facing.
Okay.
For Barcelona, the back line is a bit of a patchwork situation.
Right.
due to those injuries we talked about. Yeah, that injury list is pretty daunting. How is it affecting their defensive setup?
Well, it looks like they'll likely be starting Iñaki Peña in goal.
Okay.
Which isn't necessarily a bad thing.
Right.
But the real concern is the defense in front of him.
Okay.
Koundé and Íñigo Martínez are experienced defenders.
Mm-hmm.
But Pau Cubarsí is relatively young.
Okay.
And Balde, while talented, is more of an attacking fullback.
So a bit of an untested backline for Barcelona. Could that be an area Bilbao targets?
It could be.
They seem to be all about that collective grit and teamwork, right?
Exactly. From the articles you sent, it's clear that Bilbao is all about grinding out results as a unit.
Right.
They don't have a superstar like Lewandowski.
Right.
But they're incredibly well-drilled and organized. Mm-hmm. They're expected to start with their usual reliable back four.
Okay.
Gorosabel, Vivian, Paredes, and Yuri.
Wow, that's a mouthful.
With the experienced Unai Simon in goal.
Okay, so Bilbao's defense is about as welcoming as a fortress guarded by grumpy dragons.
Yeah.
But what about their midfield? Can they match Barcelona's creative spark in that area of the pitch?
That's a key question, and it'll be interesting to see how they approach it.
Yeah.
Barcelona, even with Dani Olmo still unregistered, is likely to field Pablo Torre.
Okay.
Alongside the always reliable Pedri.
Right.
Cáceres is predicted to complete their midfield trio.
So you'll see in the lineup predictions that Barcelona is relying on young Pablo Torre in midfield. He showed promise in the Copa del Rey.
He did.
But can he handle the pressure of a Super Cup semifinal?
That's the big question mark.
Yeah.
He's got talent.
Yeah.
But this is a massive step up in competition.
Right.
Bilbao's midfield, on the other hand, is all about hard work and discipline.
Okay.
They're likely to deploy a trio of Jarguizar, Prados, and the dynamic Nico Williams.
Nico Williams. Now, there's a player who could cause some problems for Barcelona. I've read he's got incredible pace and trickery. He's definitely one to watch. He's got the potential to exploit any gaps in Barcelona's makeshift defense.
Right.
Especially if they overcommit an attack.
And speaking of attack.
Yes.
That's where things get really interesting. Let's talk about firepower. Barcelona still has Lewandowski, right?
Of course. He's the heart of their attack.
Yeah.
And the articles you sent highlight Barcelona's intricate passing game.
Right.
And their ability to create chances from various angles.
It's beautiful to watch when it's working.
It is.
But the question is, can they function as effectively without some of their key playmakers due to injuries?
Right.
You mentioned Barcelona's attack being strong. But one article argues their over-reliance on Lewandowski could be their downfall. What do you make of that?
That's a valid point. If Bilbao manages to shut down Lewandowski, can Barcelona find other ways to score?
That's the question, isn't it?
It is.
I mean, Rafinha and Fermin Lopez, who are expected to start alongside Lewandowski, are capable players.
They are.
But they don't have the same goal-scoring pedigree.
They don't.
So it sounds like Bilbao's game plan will be to frustrate Barcelona's attack and hit them on the counter with players like Nico Williams.
That's likely their best strategy.
Yeah.
They'll need to be incredibly disciplined defensively and take their chances when they come.
Right.
It'll be interesting to see how they approach Lewandowski specifically. Will they try to man-mark him, double-team him, or trust their collective strength to keep him quiet?
Whatever they do, it's going to be a fascinating tactical battle. So we've got contrasting styles, key player matchups, and a ton of intrigue.
I know.
But let's not forget about the men on the sidelines.
Right.
How do the coaches, Hansi Flick and Ernesto Valverde, factor into all of this? We've talked about contrasting styles and key player matchups, but let's not forget about the coaches. How do Hansi Flick and Ernesto Valverde factor into all of this? What can we expect from them tactically?
That's a great point. You can have all the talent in the world, but if your coach doesn't have the right strategy, it can all fall apart.
Right.
So let's start with Flick.
Okay.
He's known for his attacking philosophy, favoring a high-press dominating possession, and creating chances through quick, intricate passing.
Sounds very Barcelona.
It is. It's practically woven into the close DNA. But given Barcelona's injury situation, Flick might have to be a bit more pragmatic in this match.
Okay.
He can't afford to be too gung-ho and leave that somewhat inexperienced defense exposed.
Especially against a team like Bilbao, who we've already established are masters at punishing mistakes.
Exactly. Now, Valverde, on the other hand, is known for his tactical flexibility. He adapts his approach based on the opponent.
So a bit more unpredictable.
Precisely. Against a team like Barcelona, he's likely to prioritize defensive solidity.
Okay.
And look to hit them on the counterattack.
For those unfamiliar with the term.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
A counterattack is basically a swift offensive move launched immediately after gaining possession from the opponent.
Okay.
Often catching them off guard.
Ah, the classic underdog strategy. And we know Bilbao excels at soaking up pressure.
Yes.
And then springing forward with pace. Especially with the Williams brothers leading the charge.
It can be very effective, especially in a one-off game like this.
Oh.
And don't forget,
right.
Bilbao has had some success against Barcelona recently, using this very approach.
Yeah.
So they'll be confident they can do it again.
All right, so we've got an attacking-minded coach in Flick who might have to be a bit more cautious due to injuries.
Yeah.
Going up against a more adaptable coach in Valverde who's likely to set his team up to frustrate Barcelona and exploit any defensive frailties. It's a real chess match.
It is. And that's what makes this match so compelling. It's not just about who has the better players.
Right.
It's about which coach can outsmart the other. Adapt to the circumstances, and get their players to execute the game plan under pressure.
Yeah. It really does feel like a psychological thriller is unfolding before our eyes. We've got the financial drama, the injuries, the tactical battle between the coaches, and of course the mental game of the players themselves.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
How will Barcelona's players cope with the weight of expectation and the distraction of those financial woes?
Right.
Can they channel that pressure into positive energy, or will it become a burden?
And for Bilbao, can they maintain their underdog mentality?
Right.
And play with the freedom and belief that got them here.
Exactly.
So many layers to this match. Okay, before we get completely carried away in all the drama, let's take a quick look at what the betting odds are saying. Are they reflecting all this uncertainty? Or is one team a clear favorite?
Well, as we mentioned before, most bookmakers have Barcelona as the favorites, but not by much.
Okay.
The odds for a Barcelona win are around 1.6 compared to 5.5 for an Athletic Bilbao victory.
So the odds makers are leaning towards Barcelona, but not overwhelmingly so. They're acknowledging that Bilbao has a real shot here.
Yes, and I think that's a fair assessment.
Okay.
Bilbao's recent form, Barcelona's injury woes, and the unpredictable nature of cup competitions all contribute to those closer odds.
All right, time for the big question.
Okay.
What's your prediction for this match?
It's a tough one. My head says Barcelona purely based on their individual talent.
Okay.
But my heart says Bilbao. They've got that underdog spirit and momentum on their side.
Right.
But if I have to choose,
yeah,
I think Barcelona's quality will eventually shine through. They might not be at their best right now, but they still have enough firepower to overcome Bilbao's challenge. I'm going with a 2-1 Barcelona win.
Okay.
But it'll be a hard-fought battle.
A narrow victory for Barcelona.
Yeah.
I can see that happening. But like you said, Bilbao has the heart and the momentum to make this very interesting.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's what makes this match so exciting. It's a genuine toss-up, a clash of styles, a tactical chess match, and a contest that could go either way.
Right.
It's not just about the final score. It's about witnessing a story unfold.
Beautifully put. We've analyzed this match from every angle, considering the context, the tactics, the individual battles, and the betting odds. Now all that's left is for you to sit back and enjoy what promises to be a thrilling and unpredictable match.
And as you watch, remember to look beyond the scoreline. Pay attention to the individual stories, the struggles, the moments of brilliance, and the emotional roller coaster that makes football so captivating.
Because that's what a deep dive is all about.
It is.
Uncovering the layers, the nuances, and the narratives that make sport so much more than just a game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's about understanding the why behind the what. And who knows, maybe you'll even spot something we missed.
Always a possibility. This has been a fantastic deep dive. Thank you for joining us.
It's been a pleasure. Until next time.